The final step of testing a system is when this system is fully built, is fully installed. If this is something that has to be delivered to the customer's site, it's already there. It's hooked up to power, it's hooked up to water, it's got whatever materials it requires installed. It is running the way that it would normally be running all the time. And this is when we do our final test. By now, we should have every confidence in the world that this system is going to run, that there won't be any surprises, that there aren't going to be any program changes necessary other than tuning a couple of PID control loops. We should know that every pump works, that every motor works, that every drive is under control. Any components that this system is controlling need to be verified, working, and controlled correctly before we even dream of getting to this stage. Now that we're here, this is the final step, and we want to make sure that everything still works. It's rare that anything is going to change that dramatically once the system goes live, but just in case something got damaged during shipping, the customer may see something running a certain way and decide it should be different. If there's any integration needs between this system and an existing system, another PLC, a host control system, that can create a bug or two that you could not have possibly identified testing in a shop. So this is a final and required step to test and fully shake down a system, and that is in the live environment. At this point, I'm going to emphasize one more time. You have your customers watching, you have your bosses watching, and if anything goes wrong now, equipment will be damaged and you may be damaged. So it's very important that you are thorough with your dry run, with your emulation, with your electromechanical checks. Everything up to this point is going to make sure that this final test goes smoothly. And you never, ever want a surprise or a major bug to show up at this stage. If it does, it's quite possibly a failure on your part. You don't want this to happen. Be thorough with your dry run. Be a professional. How successfully a machine starts up and runs on delivery and on final inspection is a defining characteristic between a professional programmer and some squirrely amateur. Be thorough. Don't let people rush you. Take your time. Be a hero. Don't be the goat when things aren't right. Don't be the one that people blame when everything's off schedule. A startup can be a stressful period for everybody involved, especially if you have multiple teams and multiple disciplines involved. Making sure all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted ahead of time is going to keep you where you want to be, sitting pretty in a comfortable position on startup and everybody's favorite guy.